following program may contain materials not suitable for all audiences and may be offensive to you or someone you know. Member seeing or watch or to listen to the broadcast, you agree that you and you alone are responsible for the media you intake. Also, you actively agree to waive all rights to take legal or other actions against the broadcast or any individuals in the broadcast. This broadcast is meant for entertainment purposes only and not to be considered advised. It is up to you to do your own research, your own facts. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another week of the Talk Before You Run podcast. All right, this week, like we said previously, we're going to be doing alternating regular topics and Reddit stories. So we did a regular topic last week. So once again, we back to the Reddit stories. We're going to go back to doing the Am I the Assholes? And most consensus, yes, I usually am. But, you know, we're just going to go ahead and jump on into it. All right. Y'all ready for the first one?
I was born ready.
Come on.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my dad he deserves my sister's lack of concern and compassion for him? Why is that title so long? Okay.
Wow.
All right. To start with, y'all want to go ahead and give an opinion on the get-go?
That title again? I want to hear
I
the
don't know
title
what those words mean.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Am I the asshole? Okay, ready? Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my dad he deserves my sister's lack of compassion and concern for him?
With no understanding of the situation,
I'm gonna say
no.
yes.
I don't know. I don't want to say yes because, like, how does that? I don't know. I don't see it making her the asshole because she's not. It's not her being. She's just telling him what he deserves, you know? And if she feels he deserves it, then I'm guessing he did something that...
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. If she
I
felt that she deserved, or if she felt that he deserved it, then he probably does, so I'm going to say no.
No, I'm gonna stick with mine, yeah.
I'll say no.
Okay, so Waffle, you're the only one that's saying yes. Because I agree with...
You shouldn't say that about a parent anyways.
That depends on the situation, but we're going to go ahead and find out here in just a second. It says, all right, to start with, this is about my dad, who's in his 40s, my sister 14, and me 17 male. 8 years ago, my parents divorced, and our mom ended up leaving us. The divorce was the trigger for a lot of my sister's mental health struggles, which she was diagnosed with less than a year after the divorce. She cried all the time, hoarded photos of our family in her bedroom, and would cry over them and beg for them to become reality again. She was struggling in school. She was withdrawn. She would beg Dad to get Mom back and to make us a family again. She ended up needing meds, therapy, and psychiatrist, who she still sees every 3 months. But it was bad for a significant amount of time, and Dad wasn't great. He told her to grow up and stop blaming him, and one day when she asked why he didn't love us anymore to put our family back together, he really lost it and started crying into her face that none of this was his choice and that it wasn't fair to him. He did apologize eventually, but would still be frustrated on how slow my sister was making progress and how much my sister struggled with additional changes. In parentheses, selling our house, moving, etc. Dad got married again 2 years ago. My sister and I never liked her. With my sister, I think it was an initial dislike that came from the change of having her in our lives. For me, it was some stuff she said within that first day we met her. They weren't things that she said to us, but she got into a conversation with someone and was homophobic and transphobic, and that wasn't cool with me. I'm gay and my best friend is trans, so it is very personal for me. From comments she had made, I put up some judgment of mentally ill people as well. Dad knew how we felt, but decided to marry her because he loves her. Let's see. They were really happy until recently. They had a kid together, and my sister and I are not interested in being babysitters or spending time with the baby. My sister told... Okay, hold up. They don't know how to type this. My sister told my dad's wife that their baby was not our sibling and that she couldn't wait to move out and never see them again. So my dad and his wife marriage is now suffering, and my dad is worried about divorce. He's been moping around when they're not in a marriage counseling together. Hold on, I got to read that again. He's been moping around when they're not in... Okay, so it did say that right. Not in a marriage counseling together, and a few days ago he was complaining that we're going to destroy his marriage with our lack of willingness to be a family. My sister told him that she didn't choose any of this. None of this was her choice, and he needed to grow up and accept how things are. Basically saying the stuff that he once told her. He was furious, and he expected me to be on his side, but I told him he deserves when he treated her the same way when she was only 6, and when he knowingly chose to marry someone we had good reasons not to like. He told my grandparents, and they confronted me, and I said I was very unfair. They said I was very unfair to my dad, who is trying to keep his second marriage and family together, and after Mom left the way she did, I should be more sympathetic to him. Am I the asshole? Okay,
So-
there's a lot to unpack here.
There is.
I
yeah.
still stand by what I said. I feel like we're still on the like, I don't know. It feels like the same thing we just went over on that last one, where I guess they're in the middle of parental situation,
Right.
you know. But like, dude's just trying again to live his life. I mean, I don't know.
I
You
think
can't be mad at someone for living their life, I guess, but in the same aspect, you do affect others.
right. I think the father's got some issues to work out, and that's probably why his second marriage is not working out.
Yeah, and then blaming the kids as to why it's not.
Right.
Yeah, that's a childish thing to do.
I'm gonna stick with my answer and say no, he's not the asshole.
That's not the parent that we're talking about, the asshole. It's the child.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah.
Okay.
She thinks like she's not. She's just relaying. I mean, obviously the sister's feeling some kind of way. The kid, like in general, and obviously the dad's done something for her to feel that way. Which, I mean, kids are gonna feel a certain way when they're caught in the middle of it all.
Right.
Mhm.
But
So
I
her
don't-
mom can.
I don't see how she's the asshole for pretty much explaining to him why and what is going wrong.
Okay, so
She's
you're
just
still
relaying the
sticking with
message.
the not the asshole for telling him
No.
that. Okay. Fevno,
I don't think he's the asshole.
not he. It's the daughter.
No, I thought it was
No,
the
The
son.
daughter
No, it
didn't
was
say
a
it
guy.
was
Never
the
mind.
gay's son.
It's-
Yeah, it's
Never
the
mind.
son.
It was the son. Okay,
Yeah.
I got that confused for a second.
You're good.
So the son. Don't mind me. So you don't think the son's the asshole?
No, but I also don't think the dad's a complete asshole.
I don't think he is either. Waffle.
Mm. I'm gonna stick with what I said.
Okay, so you think that the son is an asshole for telling his parents that? Well, his dad.
Yeah. Do you think he wanted that divorce with the first wife?
No, she left
Probably
him.
not. So I don't think that. Or I do think that the kid is an asshole. I'm so confused by all of this. That story or that thing was very confusing, but still.
What was confusing about it? Maybe I can help you understand.
The whole thing, when you were reading it, I was not catching up.
You just weren't paying attention.
Alright, so
I'm sorry, I'm not rereading the story.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying.
I think what I said first, that no, there wasn't the asshole.
correct.
I think I'm gonna change that. I think they are the asshole
Mhm.
because, like, wow, like she said, it's wasn't his fault that they got a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
True, but it is his fault that he treated his daughter the way he did, and now he's getting the same treatment back from her.
Yeah, he could have approached that a little bit differently, especially since it happened when she was so young.
Right.
But again, at that time, he's like a new-ish parent, if that's the second child.
Yeah.
And you also got to think, not
Um,
only that, on top of that,
every
he's
kid
going through
goes through
shit too. If he
something.
didn't want the divorce,
Right.
Yeah.
you imagine
I'll
all the
blame it all
fucking
on the
pain
mom.
he was feeling and everything. If we really want to get technical, the mom's the asshole in this situation. She just
Mhm.
left completely, left the kids and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
and
his
that can
fault
do a
that
lot of
the mom left.
psychological damage on a child.
I don't know. It may have. He may have needed to hear that though. It may have clicked something in his head to change his ways and start realizing how he's treating people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as like the whole new wife being homophobic and stuff like that, now you can't judge people based on their sexual preferences. You really can't. But you also can't judge people on how they view those sexual preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I grew up in a household that at one point in time, both my brother and my sister were gay, bisexual, whatever you want to call it. At the same time, I also have a father who is,
Gay and bisexual.
a certified reverend. He's a certified pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up in the church and everything. So, I could see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't really judge somebody on how they believe. You can't really judge on somebody on how they act. So I think that's just irrelevant in the whole situation.
I think the key thing is you can't really judge somebody because it's not your place to judge.
No, it's when it comes down and it's all said and done, the man upstairs is the one that judges everybody. And I mean, yeah, you can have your opinion on things whenever you're, walking around this earth, but at the same time, it should all be taken in stride.
Mm-hmm.
So, Waffle, we're outnumbered on this one.
It's okay.
But I stand by you. I'd change my answer. I think that they are the asshole because they also got to take in consideration all the things that he went through whenever he said that stuff. Yes, like I said, it could have been handled a little bit better, but when you're going through something like that, fucking mistakes are made.
Yeah. And I don't think that he meant anything, or I don't think he meant it when he said it. It just came out as it was, or as it did.
Yeah, just like we have McDonald's at home. That shit's life. Like, that shit follows you for life, all right? So, like, you gotta watch how you portray stuff to your children.
Mm-hmm.
We have McDonald's at home. Later on in life, when mom is like, "Oh, let's go get lunch. We should go get this," and it's like, we have that at home. You can flip that script on them, and it's like, their whole life you heard we have that at home.
Yeah.
And then you go on later on, it's like, "Oh, I want this. We have that at home." It's like, that's not one that's bad, but like how he went about it and how they took it. I guess it's all point of perspective.
Yeah.
Because I mean, as a kid, I got mad when I got told we have that at home, but now as an adult, I laugh it off, and it's like, but it could have. I don't know. Maybe he went about, the things with the kids, the wrong way, but I don't know. He is going through stuff. He went through, divorce. Where's the mom in all this?
Nowhere's to be found, apparently.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And also at the same time, you also got to look
She
at
probably
it
back
like this.
at home.
That happened when she was 6 years old, and then this story when she's 14. So that's 8 years difference.
Well, that's
time. There is.
I mean, that's growth. There's growth in that.
Well, apparently not. You know what I'm saying? If
That's
she's
what I'm
still
saying. There's something's going on that there is no that she's still holding stuff, like she's still holding things. She's still holding on to like 8 years of shit.
Yeah, at some point in time, you got to grow up and move on.
Yeah.
Um,
We
I
were
mean,
discussing this earlier. Look, at some point, it's life. Look, you got to move on. You can't keep blaming what happens in your life on your failures and on your reaction or negative reactions to everything.
Yep. But all
You
right.
take what's okay.
Yeah, we're moving on now. If not, this is going to turn into a long-winded discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, story number 2. Am I the asshole for letting my mom choose a restaurant without checking with my sister if her boyfriend can afford it?
Oh,
What?
What?
Am I the asshole for letting my mom choose a restaurant without checking with my sister if her boyfriend can afford it?
No.
get your money up, dog.
Because
What do
if
you
he
mean?
can't afford it, just don't fucking go.
Get your money up.
I'm thinking it depends on who offered. I'm sorry. If the sister's boyfriend offered, then he
No,
should
because
have.
why you broke in the first place? You can't afford a meal with your girl. You got a
Hey,
girl.
bro, look.
Look,
If you offer
if
it
you're in
and
a
you don't-
relationship, that's taking on the responsibility of possibly 2 people at once in certain situations. So you have to be there, like, to financially be like, yeah, okay, let me take you out, or hey, we're going out. If you know we're going out, then you have time to plan. But if not, like, bro, if you can't afford $20 to $40 on a meal for one night where it's not going to bankrupt you, life is not easy for you right now, my guy.
Well, we're going
then
to
you
see.
should not be going out at all.
Let's
Exactly.
see. Now, underneath this, I don't know if this is relevant to the story or not, but underneath the title, it says not in the U.S., okay? I don't know if that's relevant to the story or not, but we're going to go ahead and see. It says, my sister Jen, 28 female, and I, 27 female, are from a low middle class family. Our parents worked very hard to provide for us, so when we both graduated from university, in parentheses, same major and facility, we agreed that we would take our parents out to eat at a nice place monthly and take turns paying in addition to helping them with what we can. I met my husband, Tom, 33 male, when I was in my last year of university. He's rich, in parentheses, the only child of 2 doctors, and he himself a biomedical engineer. Hey, I said that right, guys. I didn't screw that one up. Close parentheses. And he adores my parents. We met last year. Yeah, we married last year. Not met last year. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. We married last year, engaged for 2 before that. And since we've been engaged, Tom had been paying for our outings. He took my family to the nicest places, cities. YOLO. I don't know why that's in there, but for those of you who don't know what YOLO means, it means you only live once. And we always had the best times. Jen chose to do what she loved, and while her pay could have been better, she never struggled financially. She was able to take our family out until last year when she decided to pursue a graduate's degree, thus not earning. Tom and I said we would still have our monthly nice meal and would just pay for everyone. Okay. It says Jen started seeing Rick, 29 male, 9 months ago. 5 months into the relationship, Jen asked if she could bring Rick to our meal, and we said yes. Rick was working a similar job to Jen's, but in a more senior position. It so happened that my parents craved a certain type of food when Rick started to join us. So the restaurant that we chose was not overly extravagant. Rick noticed how Tom or I always paid and said he would like to cover the bill next time. Everyone said okay. My mom chose a nice restaurant for our last outing. My parents and Tom proceeded as usual, but I noticed Rick and Jen looked a little tense. When it was almost time to pay, Jen pulls me aside and asks if she could borrow some money. I told her I would happily pay for the meal. Jen said it would make Rick look bad to not be able to pay when he said he would. I told Jen Rick could put everything on his credit card and I would send him the money later. Rick ended up doing that, and after we sent my parents back home, after we look. Okay, so I'm gonna assume
send our parents home.
that's what it says. It says after we 4 sent our parents back home. So I'm assuming they're talking about the 4 of them. I asked Rick how much money he would like me to help him with. Rick said he did not expect to dine with such elites, and it was classiest of us to spend so much on just one meal. Tom said if he couldn't afford the place, he could just tell us and we could have changed the place. Rick then accused Tom and me of calling him poor and beneath us. He said he would rather go into debt than accepting our help. I could tell Tom was mad, but he just took me home. Jen later called me and said I was inconsiderate for not asking our mom to choose a less pricey restaurant. She said if Tom and I thought the restaurant we had been dining, these people don't know how to type for shit. We had been dining
I don't
at
think English is their first language.
so far were normal priced. We were so out of touch with reality. She said Rick was also mad at her for not making him lose face. For making him lose face. Am I the asshole?
Well, you did also
no.
mention that's not in the U.S., so their English is gonna be broken
Right.
if
No,
they don't speak it.
regardless, I don't know. Look, you offered something and you couldn't come through on your end. Granted, if you knew you couldn't afford this place, if they had mentioned it beforehand, like before you went there, you should have looked up like some kind of, they go to somewhat extravagant places for these meals. It's history has shown.
Right.
Well, see, that's what it
And-
says in here, though. When he started going, it was just normal places, wasn't overly pricey places, just normal outings. Because it
but
says,
that was
Well, how
that
were
was
they supposed to
5
know that?
months. That was 5
Wait.
months into the relationship that he started going, and it wasn't until what, like 4 months after or whatever that he had offered.
well, that's what I'm saying. If it's like 4 months of y'all go and say eat at Applebee's or something like that, and the bill usually runs about $70 or something, and you can go, okay, well, I can afford $70 if that's what the kind of stuff we're gonna do, and then you go, okay, so next week or next month we'll go ahead and I'm gonna pay for dinner, and they go, all right, I want to go to
Red Lobster.
say Cafe Du Monde or something like that, and now you're looking at a $300-$400 bill. I
No,
can
but
see
Yeah,
where
but
that's
that's a whole month
Paying
to
for 6
prepare.
people?
No, but the thing is if they said he works pretty much at a higher degree than what.
Senior something.
Yeah,
just a senior
So he-
senior position, a little bit higher than what the girlfriend works.
and they've been paying
So
this
he should
entire
have the
time.
money
Yeah,
for
I was
it.
gonna say one time is not gonna hurt you, and to talk about going into debt rather than saying, "Hey,
He must be like
he's
one hell of a
financially-
fucking spender.
no, not even that. Yeah, that and the fact that if he's talking about that he has to put it on credit, he is financially he cannot financially manage money.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, he
Hey,
is
you
financially-
also gotta notice that they did say that when this is Jen's boyfriend, Jen is not getting paid what she should. She said he loves what, and right here it says Jen chooses to do what she loves, and while her pay could have been better, so we don't even know what they make.
Yeah, but regardless of the situation, and this
And-
guy's willing to pay. This guy has been paying all this time. He's been, I mean, obviously he makes money, and whatnot. But the restaurants, regardless,
Where do you get that he's been paying all this time?
That was Tom, the other sister.
That's the doctor, the one that's rich.
Yeah, the biomechanic,
That's what I'm
whatever.
that's what I'm saying. That's her boyfriend, right? The one
No,
that's talking-
no. This is a different one.
It's
Tom is the
somebody's new
rich one.
boyfriend.
It's the new boyfriend. Not
The new
old husband.
boyfriend is the one that can't afford it. Not the husband. The husband's rich, comes from a family of 2 doctors,
of
and is a
doctors,
biomechanical
yes.
engineer.
is the husband of who?
Is the husband of
the older sister.
The older
first
the
sister
other
that's
sister.
telling the story.
That's what I'm saying. Jen's boyfriend or whatever that just came in is above him.
No, not
No,
above
above-
him.
Not.
Above Jen.
He's
He's
above
not.
Jin.
He's
No,
above
above
his
the
partner. He's
partner.
above Jin.
Oh, that's where I got confused. That's all. But even at that, that alone, you should be able to afford one meal without being broke. And to go and not be able to say, hey, I'd rather be going into debt than say I can't. He cannot sit there. He'd rather take eat that for his pride than be like, hey, I can't do that.
Well,
Or
I mean,
hey,
at least
like-
he was still willing to do it, you know.
Right.
But look,
Mhm.
this is
But he
what I'm
didn't.
saying. Okay, like I said before, if they're going to a place, say considered like Applebee's, for example, where the bill's like $70 every time they go, and this dude's been doing this, it's been 5 months. Okay, that they've been
6
going
people?
to a place like Apple. Well, I'm just saying, for example, they've been going to a place like Applebee's where they've been spending $70, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna pay," and then they choose a place where he's spending, say, $700. That's
6 people?
a big fucking difference.
It's arbitrary.
Okay,
It doesn't
but
matter
he
how many
can
people.
step up and say that
Yeah,
he
no.
can't pay it instead of being a little bitch and then complaining
That's what
afterwards.
I'm saying.
Well,
like,
Yeah,
Are-
there's a
that
and they
is
have-
that
and then
is
he's
See, okay, but that's
he's
also
trying
another
to
problem.
he's
He is
trying
taking
to
it out
impress
One at a
his
time,
girl.
guys.
he's
Well-
trying to impress his new what are they called?
Well, that's not impressing nobody.
In-laws.
Okay,
So
hold
that's
up,
why
hold up,
he's
hold
trying
up.
to pay for it.
Let's back up for a second because he never said anything until it was brought up to him afterwards. The sister pulled the other one aside. So Jen pulled the other sister aside and brought it up. So it was probably never even brought up to him until after it was all said and done. The damn I the asshole part ain't even got nothing to do with the guy. So let's just back the fuck up for a second here.
I'm gonna have to
Y'all are
start
getting
Googling.
way too out
I-
of that would be like
Wait,
okay, me
what?
for example. Okay, wait, hold up. Me for example. When I was dating the girl that I was with in high school and I was working and I didn't have, you know, a whole shit pot full of money because I was going to school, I was working, I was doing all this, all right? And when they wanted to go out places like her family and all that stuff, they went to Outback. They went to places like that, expensive places. I couldn't afford that shit. You know, you got to look at certain situations here. So we don't even know how much this dude makes. We don't really know how much they spend at the restaurant. But the guy's not the problem here. The problem is the sister. If she knew that the boyfriend couldn't afford it, why did they let the mom pick an expensive restaurant? That's the question we're asking here. Or is she the asshole for that?
I'm gonna say no
No.
because it was a failure of communication between everybody of where to go. Like he said, yeah, I'll pay for the next one, but he didn't set a limit and say, oh, by the way, I'm poor and I can only afford this. And they didn't say, oh, well, considering he's only got this job and he's probably not making as much as everybody else, let's not go to whatever you said, Troubadour or whatever. You know?
Yeah, the funny part about it is I use Cafe Du Monde because it sounded fancy, but the place really isn't that expensive. Anybody who's from Louisiana or has ever been to New Orleans and ate at Cafe Du Monde knows that it's not like super pricey like that. But so
For
me,
failure to communicate about it, yeah, she's an asshole. But if she did it and he knew about it this whole entire time, he had a whole month to plan and save up for this dinner. If he didn't, that's on him.
Well, he
not
didn't
anybody
know that it
else.
was going to be expensive.
yeah, it
Okay,
might be
Because
something
when
that
they-
didn't come around
when
to
they
that
were
time
They
they
got
going-
might have
cell phones, they
chose.
can
When-
look it up.
When they were going, it wasn't that expensive of a restaurant. That's what she said. And then they switched it up because they were craving some food item that was expensive, and he didn't know that.
And
That's why
nobody
he
even
couldn't
said that
afford
it's
it. If it
been
was
said
the
a
other
month in
restaurant-
advance.
Yeah, if it was the other restaurant, he probably could have afforded it.
And they could have always said, oh, by the way, you kind of picked an expensive place. Do you mind if we get it next month or something, you know?
Yeah,
See,
is-
okay.
It's a
I'm
stupid
stressing
problem.
already.
All right. I'm gonna put this in like dumb layman's terms. Okay. First off, nobody picks a restaurant a month in advance. Okay.
True that. Not even an hour in advance, bro. Let me keep it apart.
Look,
I
when
have.
I go
Unless
get
you
something to
need to,
eat,
like, make reservations for it, yeah.
when I go get something to eat, I get in my car and I drive down Martin Luther King Boulevard until I go, oh shit, that sounds good, and then I pull into the restaurant. Okay. So nobody chooses a restaurant a month in advance.
I do.
So this dude did not. Okay, Switch.
Shut up.
Skip the restaurant. So I don't wanna
You're
hear that.
not.
Well, we
Nobody
only eat out
chooses-
like once or twice a month So we already know, like, oh well, we're gonna go to Sonic this month, or oh well, we're gonna go to
You
pizza.
eat out at Sonic?
Okay,
not really-
but that's different.
Yeah.
That's
but-
kind of different, man. Eating out would
Nobody,
be like
no
Texas
normal
Roadhouse.
person chooses a restaurant a month in
There you go.
advance.
You choose to eat at Sonic a month in advance?
Yeah, I'd eat at Sonic any day of the week.
But you plan on going to Sonic in a month in advance?
I plan on going to Sonic right now, but I don't expect I will. But yeah, I've always got a plan to go to Sonic. If I don't have a plan to go to Sonic, then I'm not going anywhere.
Oh my god.
I love Sonic.
Okay.
A Sonic burger is the best burger in my opinion.
They're
That
known
just
for their
makes
hot
my
dogs.
arteries hurt.
Okay,
The hot dogs are booty though.
but back to the story. back to the story. We're getting nobody, like I said, nobody chooses a restaurant a month in advance. So it might have been the same day, and they go, "Oh, well, we want to go eat over here." Okay. And then he gets to this restaurant not knowing what it is. And he starts looking at the prices and he's going, "Oh shit. There ain't nothing on this menu that's less than $50, let's say. You know, less than $100. You know, these are all people that are used to being wined and dined by a guy who's already rich. You know, because it did say that Jen wasn't paying for these meals
Right.
when she decided to go do whatever it was that she was doing.
Go back
She
to
wasn't
school.
paying for it. It was the Tom and the other sister that was paying for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a way, I'm thinking that she is the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's lack of communication, especially for her just not stepping up and saying we can't afford this. Yeah.
Wait, Travis,
She's
read me the
asshole.
total?
Am I the asshole for letting my mom choose a restaurant without checking with my sister if her boyfriend can afford it?
No. You're not the asshole.
I'm gonna stick to what I said.
I'm going to stick to what I said, too.
I forgot about the title, and I was thinking it was going down the other way, but so I'm gonna change it. No, she's not.
How did you
What?
just... Why did you keep on talking lower?
I didn't do anything.
You started out loud and then just kept on going lower.
Not a clue.
He's thinking about Sonic right now.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so Baker, you sticking with not the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So we're Waffle, we're outnumbered again.
Maybe
This
this is
is-
wrong.
This is, you fuck you. We ain't wrong. It's all right. Moving on. Okay.
Oh,
Am I-
fucking stop doing that.
All right. Ready?
Don't want
Travis,
you.
just
Am I the asshole for bringing up my uncle-in-law's divorce when he wouldn't stop berating me?
I did that shit. I feel like I did that.
Wait.
When he wouldn't
Yeah,
stop
so-
reading?
Berating. Do you not know what berating means?
Yeah,
I do.
I think it's like the pick on or...
Yeah.
Yeah,
or-
basically.
yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
must have heard you wrong. I heard breeding. When he wouldn't
Oh,
stop
God.
breeding.
We know what she's into.
Oh.
All right, so what's the initial? All right, Ferno, stop doing that. What's in the initial?
I'm gonna say no.
I
I'ma
need
say no.
I need that red again because my brain.
Am I the asshole for bringing up my uncle-in-law's divorce when he wouldn't stop berating me?
Nah.
No.
Berating, like
Like making
Messy.
fun of him,
yeah,
Joking,
messing with
I-
picking at
nitpicking at him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not the asshole. But
No.
I'd do the same damn thing.
Oh,
I think it depends on whether or not it was a joke or not. But we're
Same
gonna find
here.
out. In 2010, I, 35 female, was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. My
Don't know what that is.
Oh, I
Let me
lied.
look it
It's
up.
not Crohn's disease. I said Crohn's disease.
Oh.
I so read that wrong. Crohn's disease. My GI recommended avoiding red meat to reduce inflammation.
In your bowels.
Okay, like we didn't need to know that part. Over the years, I've just ended up nixing. Okay, I'm going to assume that's supposed to be mixing.
No, that's
meat
mixing.
together.
Oh, yeah.
No, nixing meat all together. Okay, never mind. I was right. It is nixing, like getting rid of.
Yeah, okay.
Why are they going to use these stupid words? Why can't they just say getting rid of meat altogether?
Right?
And my
Well, 'cause
body
then they
has
think you're going
responded
vegan.
extremely positive. I don't care if other people eat meat around me, and I don't try to convert. Yesterday, my parents, 34 male Joel, my partner's. What? Yesterday, my partner's 34 male Joel parents. Okay, my partner's parents hosted a family barbecue. There were about 30 people, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandkids, etc. They're a lovely group with the exception of Dave, 50s male, who is that parentheses, I'm doing the finger quotations or whatever, uncle. A few years back, Dave and his ex-wife, no longer part of the family, went through a nasty divorce. Dave is a raging alcoholic. There were affairs on both sides, and everyone knows. One of the other habits I've developed over the years is eating standing up when it's appropriate. Predictably, Dave Meanders? Meanders? Meanders over to me and starts mocking my liberal food and how I was eating, saying my standing was making everyone uncomfortable. It was a casual barbecue, and I wasn't the only one standing. He tried to put some of his brisket on my plate, saying he'd convert me for my own good. This isn't his first anti-veganism tried. He's aimed at me. Okay, guys, I don't know if y'all ain't learned this yet, but I still cannot read. Finally, he took a bite of his burger and gave me a big grin while chewing. Bits of still being chewed burger visible in his teeth, and saying, meat, and laughs. Spewing food everywhere, I'd had enough, and I said, "You know, Uncle Dave, when you're on a topic of criticizing each other's life choices, you probably would still be married if you'd gotten your drinking under control years ago instead of screwing the first waitress willing to fall that low."
Damn.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of rough. Okay. Everyone within earshot fell quiet and stared. Dave said I didn't have to put up with this shit and left. The family is split by my outbursts. The cousins, including Dave's kids and Joel, are all on my side. My MIL and FIL, mother-in-law and father-in-law, expressed discomfort but thinks he had it coming. The aunts and uncles, however, have bombarded me with texts stating how inappropriate and cruel I was, and I shouldn't expect invites if that's how if I'm going to act. Am I the asshole? Did I go too far?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's 2 edits. Hold up. Edit number 1. Added small pieces of context that would just fix the original post. Characters go, what? Okay, I don't know what the fuck that is. Edit number 2. It says, thank you all for the feedback, including the ESHs. I don't know what the hell that means. A lot of you have brought up some really great points, and I plan on bringing up with my extended in-laws, along with a few great one-liners I will be saving. Update, kinda. My sister-in-law swayed one of my aunts who is apparently convincing her husband convincing her husband to turn coat. I'm so confused by this shit. I got a private text from her that said, after thinking about it, I really didn't know how this hasn't happened sooner, along with some sentimental stuff. I also got a text from one of the cousins who said, LMFAO, this you. with a link to this Reddit post. Hi, Long Johns. What? Hi, Long Johns? What? I don't know. If you're out there somewhere, so I'd fucking swear to God. Okay, so the edits were kind of pointless.
100%.
Yeah.
I stand by what I said.
You know the
Yeah,
struggle
definitely
enough
not
for
the
that
asshole. I think
Definitely not the
the
fucking
uncle
asshole.
deserved it and should probably learn when enough is enough.
Yeah. Wholeheartedly agree.
All right, so that's how I feel about it. Yeah, I agree. This dude's definitely not the asshole. I did the same thing.
I don't know if I'd have been
Oh wait,
brave enough to do it.
I consider myself an asshole, so I guess maybe that's not the best thing to say.
I wouldn't have handled it that way. I'd have probably just said, you know what, you do you, and let me do me, and I'd walk away.
Well, the reason why I say I would do the same thing is because apparently this isn't the first time.
Right.
Because it does say this isn't the first anti-veganism, so on and so forth, aimed at, the...
There's a loophole, because in 2011, anything with
I remember
2
2011.
tablespoons of tomato paste is considered a vegetable now. So if your uncle eats a lot of tomato paste, then you could eat them, and it's still vegetarian. And you don't have to worry about having
Swytch.
uncle no more.
Okay. We are not promoting cannibalism in our stream, bro.
I mean,
We are not promoting cannibalism.
Okay.
Oh my god.
so we say.
Fucking Jeffrey
Meanwhile,
Dahmer ass
Swytch is
over here.
eating a burger from Sonic made out of human meat.
You
Nobody's
explain a
supposed
lot,
to know
actually.
What?
Okay, general consensus, not the asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not an asshole because I would have pulled the same damn shit.
Well, I mean, like I said, I would have too, considering, it's not the first time that it's happened.
And if she's doing that because of her health, which I have multiple people in my family who has Crohn's disease, definitely not the fucking asshole. He probably needs to go to AA anyways.
AA's for
Freaking
quitters.
vegans.
Well, if he's gonna be talking like that, then yeah, he needs to go there.
All right, y'all ready for the next story?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the final one.
Okay.
Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving a bar crawl early without my girlfriend?
A what?
A bar
what's
crawl.
that?
It's bar hopping,
Oh,
basically.
gotcha.
Oh.
Leaving early?
Without
What's-
my girlfriend.
With no explanation?
That depends. Did she want to stay there?
Did she leave
No.
with somebody, or
Yeah. So that was just a short. That was
like? Just
Also,
clicking on
keep
that,
in
I would've
mind,
said
this was
yes.
posted 2 hours ago.
Oh wow, okay.
okay. So somebody's going through it right now. Okay.
Yeah. I want to say yeah because you don't leave your wingman.
Can I hear it again so I can make sure?
Am I the asshole for leaving a bar crawl early without my girlfriend?
So she was there.
Yeah, she was there. And then he left the bar and went home.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say yes. If you just left up willingly like that, then yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't say anything and just dipped out. Yeah.
Or if she's doing,
But, like, what if she's, like, cheating on
I
him?
was gonna say if she's doing something she's not supposed to. Other than that, you
Yeah.
don't just leave a girl at the bar regardless. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if she's cheating, then yeah, obviously somebody else I guess got her. But
Well, I mean, if you go somewhere with somebody, then
Yeah,
it's at least nice to say goodbye before you leave.
Yeah.
I don't know, because, like, if I'm about to go to a bar and then she starts flirting with another man, I'm not going to be like, yo, I'm out of here. Catch you later.
Yeah, that's a friend though. He didn't say girlfriend. He just said friend.
I did say girlfriend. So if I was taking my girlfriend
Oh,
to a bar.
I missed that. Remember that.
All right, y'all ready for the story?
Yep.
yeah,
Okay, I, 27 male, just got home about 45 minutes ago and am currently dealing with a very pissed off girlfriend, 29 female. We have been dating since November after meeting off of Hinge. Every year the weekend before St. Patrick's Day weekend, my friends from high school, Dean Beaker, we got some explaining to do,
It's always me.
has a birthday bar crawl. A lot of people go. There must have been at least 40 people there. My girlfriend has known Dean since high school, and she's even dated him for a bit. Then. We are much older now, and that doesn't bother me. What bothered me is my girlfriend basically barely talked to me the entire time we were there. We got to the pregame around noon and went to the first bar at like 2 p.m. She kept running off with her friends, and I didn't know a single person who was there. There aren't friends she's seen that often, so I've never met them before. I spent most of my time at the first 3 bars looking for her when she was pretty drunk and hyper, and I know she was looking forward to seeing these friends, but it still felt like she ditched me. I even expressed to her that if she wanted to go without me, it would be okay because I am kind of a shy and not great with large groups of people I don't know. She insisted that I go, however, so I did, only for her not to be around for most of the time. When it came time to go to the third bar, I found her and told her I had an Uber coming back to my apartment and she can come over when she's done. I said I didn't care at all if she wanted to stay, but I was done and didn't really feel wanted at all. She tried to get me to stay, but I insisted it was all good, but I just wanted to leave. Now she is saying she's not going to come over, and she is mad at me for leaving, even making snide remarks about how I don't let myself socialize, so I was an asshole here. Am I the asshole?
No. If you already have a problem with large crowds of people, and I am one of I don't go anywhere where there's a large crowd. And if you feel uncomfortable there and you don't know anybody, get your ass out before you have like a panic attack or something. I don't think he's the asshole. I think she's the asshole for trying to push it on him. That's what I think.
I'm going to retract my initial and say he's not the asshole because he needs to fix his title. It makes it sound like he is the asshole without any context of, because he did in the story, he did end up saying that he did go and tell her that he was leaving. So I think
I think it just kind of. I mean, I'm gonna go with. I mean, no. I'm taking back mine because I mean, if she's surrounded by friends, and I mean, it kind of goes back. If you're surrounded by people that you like, that she trusts or whatever, then fine. She's got a ride home. She's, she says she's safe. She's in good hands. Fine. But he didn't do anything wrong as far as. He explained to her that she should know that he doesn't do well in large groups. If he's explaining that he wants to go or that and even just being left there, like you invited me and you're just gonna go and granted, like I'm somebody that if you're just gonna up and leave, I'm gonna go and talk to somebody and find a group of people to socialize with and see how it goes. But if it's like, this party's not for me, I don't feel it, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm out. If you feel you're safe, I'm gonna ask, like, are you safe? You're good? Fine. If you need a ride, call me. Like, I'm going home.
Yeah, and it wasn't like like Swytch said, it's not like he just left without saying anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and it's not like he said, like, was rude about the fact that he was leaving either. He just told her that he had an Uber, that he was going back home.
Yeah, no. I mean, in the sense, he's not the asshole because he gave her plenty of opportunity to say, hey, like, I understand.
I don't think the issue is the fact that he left. I think the issue is how she's taking it. Apparently, she's not taking it very well, and
well, she is drunk. So.
Yeah, I was about to say.
She needs to sleep it off.
Yeah, they shouldn't make any kind of decisions whatsoever until they're both back in their right mind.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he was even drunk or not, but well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe
I don't think
he would have been more socialized. I think he was drunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he got to the point of just drinking or doing any of that. I think he just kind of got there and was like, this isn't for me, and kept trying to explain to her the whole time, and she's just running off, and he's like, nah, I'm out.
So, me, like, say if this would be, for example, all right, I can make friends with anybody, okay? A group of 40 people. I don't have issues with large crowds or anything like that, and I can make friends with anybody. But if I go with somebody, and every time I turn around, that person's nowhere to be found, and I'm being ignored, I wouldn't even be as nice about it as he is, because I wouldn't have told her. I'd have just left. Okay? And maybe that might make me the asshole in that situation because I just leave. But to me, it's you invited
is this
somebody
his
out.
girlfriend, or is this just
Yeah,
This is his girlfriend.
his girlfriend? Okay, that's just is like respect to the like relationship. You would be like, hey, I'm going home. Don't ever invite me to something like this again, because and explain the whole like how that situation made me feel, and like dip out. Like, I explain your part and dip. You don't need any reason or any kind of, but it's your girlfriend. If it was just some random, or like it was someone you met and was like, hey, we're having a party, you don't owe it to them. Or even if it was just like friends in general, like they just dipping out on you and leaving you secluded. Like, I'm not even gonna be like, look, we'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, because it's not like she's walking around, introducing him to people and stuff like that. She's just literally got there, ran off, and he hasn't been able to find her since, basically.
You're not gonna show me off. We haven't talked to these people. Like, you're not gonna talk about us or how we've been or who I am and introduce us, like our history, how we know each other. Get me into like the social circle with everybody, so they don't think I'm just this random dude.
Yeah, so I definitely do not think this dude is the asshole, because I would have definitely did the same thing. And I wouldn't even been nice enough to tell her that I was leaving.
Yeah.
Fevno?
Yeah. What? My bad, my cat just started being cute. But I don't think he's the asshole. I feel like I would have done...
Yeah, I probably would have too. Unless I was like the only person who had the vehicle, but he wouldn't get an Uber, so.
Now, even if I was the one that had the vehicle, I'd have just said, all right, call me whenever you're ready to come home.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah, I'd have done that.
Just call me. Like, if you have a ride, if you don't have a ride, let me know. If you do,
or I'd be like, I'm gonna go run somewhere else and hang out over there. You just call me whenever you're ready to go.
Right.
I'm also not the type to like. I'm not gonna be like, I'm going home and gonna go to sleep while like I have to know that you're home before I even. So call me if you anything like.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, so apparently they don't live together, because he said that he was going back to his apartment, and then she told he had told her that you could come over whenever you are finished or whatever, whenever you're ready. And then she had said that
even at that
she wasn't going over
back home. Like, knowing that they're back home before I go to sleep is like my.
Well, I'm pretty sure they live in a city, because he Ubered home. Right?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't, because he didn't drive there.
We can't really bar hop in the country. There's not a whole lot of bars.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean that, but I mean I don't know what the whole Uber and home has to do with anything. What does that mean that he lives in the city?
They probably started with an Uber anyways.
Yeah, you never plan to go bar hopping with your own vehicle, like.
Yeah, and bar crawling, basically, you probably got 5 or 6 bars in a row is what it is.
Yeah.
So basically, like here, if you was to go to New Orleans, you got Bourbon Street, which is literally a street full of nothing but bars. I mean, the whole street is literally nothing but bars the whole way down. So
yeah, stay away from her.
Yeah, I don't go there. Everybody always invite, hey, let's go to Bourbon Street. We're gonna go drink, have fun. Fuck you, I ain't getting robbed.
Lost your damn mind. You're gonna either get robbed or you're gonna catch something just walking down the wrong
motherfucker.
way.
I ain't dumb.
Cheaper
bitch.
to get drunk at
I
home.
like my shoes to stay on my feet.
What size you wear? My size.
Yeah, my shoes wouldn't do you no good anyways, bitch. You can fit both feet in there. But general consensus, my man's here is not the asshole. I actually wholeheartedly agree with what he did because, like I said, I'd have did the same exact thing. And I think
I
if
probably would have went
anybody's,
outside and looked for a stray cat to play with.
you're weird. I think if anybody's the asshole in this
social
situation,
part.
it's the girlfriend.
Yep.
100%.
Because I don't think that that's fair that she drug him out to that. And 40 people
We'd be
that
having
all
a serious
know each other.
conversation after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 40 people that all know each other, and you're the 41st
at least
person,
one of
and
them would.
nobody knows you. That makes for a very awkward.
That's why I said, like, you'd be the stranger amongst everybody because you never went and introduced them. These people don't know me. They only know you.
Right.
Like, you didn't put me into any of these circles and see where I fit. Like, let me find where I fit. Now I got to go out here and be like, hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, like, hey,
What's up, buddy? Want to buy me a drink?
hey guys.
I touch
how's
your
it-
butt.
Start messing with people. Say, are you here for the bride or the groom?
But no, I definitely
Way to
don't think
groom
that
the
he's
bride.
the asshole. God damn it, Bruno. All right. So general consensus is not the asshole.
Yep.
Yeah.
See someone.
Okay,
someone?
so we're gonna go ahead and call it here. We did our little talking. Now it's time for us to go ahead and run. Always remember, guys, nothing is impossible. The word says it itself. I'm possible. We love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Adios, mi amigos.
Stay hydrated.
Don't be a dickhead to your parents.
Pasta lasagna. Don't get in a yanya.
All right, guys. We love y'all. Y'all have a good night.